Welcome to the Bromley Adult Education College Digital Drop-In Podcast, getting you back to work with confidence.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Digital Drop-In Podcast. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Jen Andrews. Jen is a former student of mine and she attended the Bromley Adult Education College for the whole of the last academic year. Jen started doing the Level 1 Office course, which gives a gentle introduction to Word, Excel and PowerPoint. After successfully completing that, Jen chose to return and do our Level 2, which really does give you a good grounding in Word and Excel. So I'm going to introduce Jen now and she can tell you more about her journey as to how she got to where she is, and she now does have a job. So hello Jen.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming along to join us today. I obviously know you where you are now, but I don't probably know your history as well as I should. So, had you used computers at school or in previous job? What brought you to this point?
I've never used it in school. Neither of my jobs I've ever worked in have I used them. I kind of self-taught as a teenager, but my skills were just complete basic on Word. I could just about write up a CV, but nothing fancy. No Excel skills whatsoever.
Oh, so that was that. So when you left school and you went into work, what sort of work did you do?
Well, I started off from school. I moved to Gran Canaria for about 4 years, doing mostly bar work, waitressing, and then I moved to London where I had my son, and since I've had my son I've been struggling to get back into work. I really found it hard with childcare and trying to pay for childcare, and it just wasn't possible. So I did little jobs in his preschool for a little while, which made me realise that I want to make more for myself and do what I really want to do. So that's fantastic. So when you got to that point, you realised presumably that you needed some more up-to-date or sort of a good foundation in Office IT skills. And what prompted you to come on a course, or how did you find the course? How did you go about it? Well, I found the course online on the website. I put it into Google and up came the college website, and I came down and inquired about it, and so yeah, that's how I found out.
Fantastic. So having attended both courses, but even the first course, what was your motivation? Was it just to learn new skills, or did you enjoy being in a classroom again? How did it feel after all these years?
It felt great. Not only because once a week I actually had something to do in the daytime, which was what I wanted, but it builds up that momentum of starting into work, so that once a week, only for a few hours, it just gets you motivated, and then you meet people who are in the same situation, and most of us on the course were trying to get back into work as well.
Yes. So it can actually be quite nice, because it can be quite isolating, can't it, when you're looking for work, you're going to the job centre, you're not getting anything, and then to actually meet other people that are in a similar situation can make you feel you're not so alone, can't it? And you're not the only one out there.
Completely.
So while you were attending the courses at the college, were you already job searching, or were you waiting to do the course and then job searching? What kind of priority did you give to things?
So I was job searching the whole time. not getting any replies, not hearing back from anyone. And then I went to a job fair where I met a girl called Erica Watts from Clarion Housing Association, and they work with the careers team, and they offered me an admin voluntary position at their offices in Bromley, which I took up and I did for about 4 months. So that gave me not only the experience, the work experience that I needed for my CV, but also combined with the college course, gave me the knowledge and the confidence to go in and really put down on my CV this stuff I know, and give me the confidence to for interviews as well.
That's brilliant. You're not the first person to tell me that job fairs seem to be the most successful way. My gut reaction to that is what you see on paper as opposed to actually seeing somebody is a huge difference, isn't it? And both you can see the people, the potential employers, and they can see you. And sometimes there's just a chemistry between sort of people and meeting them that can really help, can't it?
Definitely. Face-to-face is much better.
Yeah.
People, you can scroll through so many CVs online, but you see someone face-to-face, they might come across completely different, and you say, no, I want this person, over the person online that has a CV that might look better.
Yeah, I totally agree. How did you find out about these job fairs, Jen? Where are they advertised? Or
Well, I actually did find out about this job fair in the job centre.
Right,
Yeah,
okay, so the
with
job
the work
centres
code.
do...
They told me about the job fair that was on, and it was held in the job centre in Bromley.
Right, perfect. So are they always, all the job fairs, are they generally in the job centre, or can they be around?
They can be anywhere.
Right.
Clarion themselves hold their own job fairs.
Right.
They can be based anywhere. There was some can be in Lewisham, some can be Bromley. Literally can be based anywhere. But it is about going in, speak to people and asking about it.
Yeah. And I think being a volunteer, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You think, well, I'm going in and I'm giving my time for nothing, but that time is priceless if you are learning up-to-date skills and getting yourself back into employment and seeing what's going on. It presumably gives you a confidence that you didn't have before.
Yes, definitely. I found that going in there, where I've never worked in an office before, it gave me the knowledge of how an office has even worked. I didn't even know how to use this filing or the scanner, so it gave me even all the basic stuff to use, plus online as well, the admin stuff. So it gave me the feel of it, the feel of getting back into work, and that was the best. That's what I didn't want to let go.
I understand, I've been told this, that in 5 years, everything in an office changes. So hardware, software, telephone systems, as you say, scanners, everything has like almost a complete renewal within 5 years. So if you're out of an office for 5 years, literally everything is new when you go in. You have to sort of start from scratch, don't you? So I'm just thinking confidence-wise, maybe if you're going in as a volunteer, it's good on one hand because you do feel, well, they're not paying me, so if I'm not quite right on that first day...
You don't feel pressure?
No, it doesn't have that pressure, does it?
That's what I found. I could ask as many questions as I wanted. The lovely girl, Janina, she helped me with everything. And I could ask a million questions and nothing was a bother. Nothing.
No.
So it is, because when I did get my job, you do feel a bit more with pressure on you, but it was completely relaxed, and everything went really well there. I loved my time there. I loved it.
That's brilliant. So while you were volunteering, this is when you then were still job searching for paid employment, was it?
Yes, I was still applying for jobs.
And how were you doing that, Jen?
I was
online?
Online, everything.
And did you find any particular websites better than others, or you just used all the job sites? And
I did. I registered with quite a few job sites, but yes, I found Indeed quite good.
An easy one to use, isn't it?
And because I found uploading your own CV. Don't use the CV. Like, you can put your details in for the Indeed CV as you come at most job sites, but I find have your own one, tailor it to a few. If you're not only going for one position, then you've got to change it as well, so one CV will not do all the jobs you're applying for.
Oh God, Jen, you've reminded me. That is such a valid point, that it's kind of quality over quantity. You're better to apply for 5 jobs really well, and as you say, tailor the CV, make sure you're ticking all the boxes and that you do have everything they want in it, than just to fire it off to sort of 40 people. And
I would recommend doing it all this yourself on Word and then uploading your CV to send off. And also you always have to do a cover letter, because that makes you stand out. If you don't have your cover letter, you're not going to stand out, because that's a bit more personal. That's how they get to know you on paper a bit more. So don't forget the cover letter.
Well, you obviously did a very, very good job, because you got an interview.
Yep.
And what did you feel going along for the interview? Were you nervous?
So nervous, so nervous. I rang my mum. I was like, I can't do this. She's like, you can.
Was there anything you felt you could prepare? Did you find out about the company before you went, so that you felt you knew what they did? And
yes, definitely. I mean, you have to research the website. I wrote down what the main thing was, having your own questions to ask them at the end. Be prepared. They found it better that I could ask them a couple of questions, even though they'd already covered some of it in the interview, but I was already prepared with them at the end. So
it just shows you've put that extra bit of effort in, doesn't it? I mean, obviously they're employing you to make sure you can do what they want, but if you've taken the trouble to find out about them and you're like, well, I've got some questions for you as well, it does at least show that you're taking it seriously.
That you're interested, that you really want to work here, and that you've found out a bit of knowledge about the place you're going to work in.
Yeah, that's a very, very good tip. And did you just have one interview, or was it whittled down? Did you have a second interview?
It was just one interview at this company.
Right.
And yes, they emailed me within a couple of hours to let me know they offered me the job.
What fantastic news to get. What fantastic news. So that's brilliant. So you've now started the job, and I think you said there's a 3-month probationary period?
Yep. So that probation period ends in December, and I won't know nearer the time if they want to keep me on after then or not, but fingers crossed.
I'm sure they will, because I know how diligent and how good you are, so I'm sure they will. But if we look at the two options come December, so if they offer you the job, will you take it? Or
Definitely.
if you not offer, you've already got the job, but if your probation is put into a full contract, you'll be happy with that?
Absolutely brilliant. I would love it. Love to stay on.
Huge relief. I love to hear that you've got a job. And worst possible case scenario, if for some reason the business didn't require another person now and you had to go for another job, would you feel having that job has given you that added confidence?
Definitely. I mean, I feel so much more confident now to go into interviews as well. That's the big scary thing, I think, is interviews. You can send off as many CVs, but going for the interview, you can crumble. You make sure in the interview. So definitely, I feel like I have the confidence to.
Definitely, I
more.
think you're right there, Jen. And every interview is different. You cannot necessarily be prepared for what you're going into. You're going into quite a small company where there probably wasn't that many people interviewing you.
No, two people,
one interview.
Yeah.
Well, that's lovely, but there will be some occasions where you'll go in and it could be a board of people interviewing you. And the first interview is really just a filter, and then it's the second and even possibly third interviews, which is when they can ask you some quite sort of searching questions. So the fact that you've successfully got a job for an interview, it's just confidence building, isn't it?
Completely. I would definitely recommend go in there with your head held high, shake their hands as well, and eye contact. That was a big thing. Especially, I know I only had 2 people to look at, but if you have more than that, you've got to eye contact and be confident going in there.
Well, everything you're saying, I feel you should be working for us, because everything you're saying is absolutely correct. And where did you get all that information? Or is it just within you, or?
Just within, well, them little bits was just within me, yeah. I did get help from my brother as well, giving me a few tips. But going in with confidence, I know because I've gone in interviews previous, and I mean, I know why I didn't hear back from them, because I was just I wasn't ready. I was shy and I wasn't ready. But going in, shake their hands, that's a big thing, No,
you are right. You are right. Yes, to go in and
head up and be prepared.
And sometimes even kind of oozing that confidence, even though inside you might be quaking in your boots, at least it makes you feel that you're looking good, and
definitely,
and it gives you that that sort of hope that you're going to come across well.
And one thing as well, if you don't, if you get to an interview and you get a no from that interview, so you're not offered a position, you can always ask them why, and they can tell you why they didn't think what you did wrong in that interview. So that's good as well, feedback, because you can improve for the next interview.
Definitely.
So always ask, even if it's a no, ask why was this a no, what didn't come across right.
Yes, no,
so,
that again is
because
very,
that can
very valid.
you can work on what went wrong.
Yes.
So the next one you'll get it.
Yes, I know that is very good to get the feedback, isn't it? Well, as I say, I'm delighted that you've got a job. I'm confident that the 3-month probation period will go really well, and I have to say it's so lovely when you have taught somebody for a while and then you see them then sort of achieving, you know, their objective, which is to get a job, which you never made any secret of the fact that was why you were here. You wanted to gain skills to get a job. So it's a big box ticked for you, isn't it?
Definitely.
So,
and it's a job that in a area where I want to work. I've done all different kinds of jobs. This is what I want to do with my life. This is the type of work that I want to do, admin. So yeah.
And I think it's often very good for your children to see, you know, you are the perfect role model. You know, you're being a really good mummy.
Definitely.
But he knows while he is at school, you're actually out
that's
working, and it's showing a work ethic.
Some people think these jobs don't come up. My hours are 10 till 2, 3 days a week, term time only. So they are out there, these jobs. A lot of women think, I can't work, I've got no childcare, I have no family here, no one to help me out with childcare. So yeah, it stopped me for a few years, but my son's just gone into year 1 and I've landed a term time 10 till 2 job. So they are out there, and it's not like it's in an office as well, so there is varied. I know there's a couple of other ones you can get 10 till 2 within schools, but I mean this isn't in a school, and it's out there, so don't give up.
Jen, I'm so delighted for you that things are working out well, and I cannot thank you enough for giving up your time freely to come in here and speak to me.
Thank you.
I truly hope that this will give other people in your situation motivation that it's possible. So
and only thank you as well for being such a good tutor.
Thank you.
You're the best.
All right then, Jen, thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For help with all your job searching needs, do visit one of our digital drop-in venues. On a Monday, we are open 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. at our Poveris Centre. And on a Tuesday, we are open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our Kentwood Centre. In our sessions, we offer free use of computers for job searching, advice on creating a winning CV, plus lots of short training courses to gain skills in the digital world.
This podcast has been produced by Bromley Adult Education College. For full details of how we can support your return to work, visit our website www.baec.ac.uk and search for Digital Drop-In. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast to receive notifications of new episodes.